I'll have them towards my side of the table. Sometimes I'll even have them right up against the edge of the table, so I don't have to like reach forward and then stress my own back. This is particularly important if you're shorter, or if you are going to be spending a lot of time in this type of position. So one of the things that I'm going to be looking at is we've already, yesterday we were doing some stuff around the neck and for some chest and anterior shoulder and so forth. But what if I've got a person in a sideline position and they have some restriction in their ability to reach overhead without bending, or or maybe their arm cheats forward and they're like, yeah, I'm all the way up. Okay, so one of the options that I have that as an alternative to some of the things we did yesterday, it would be, if it's for the pectoral area, for example, or anterior shoulder, I can work with her in this position instead. So if I'm just going to kind of palpate here from the front of your shoulder along your clavicle and the area just below it. Oh yeah, you can tell how much she likes that right there. Okay, yeah. So worse here or worse out here?
More in. Yeah.
Right there. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what we've got going on there. So she's not a big fan of that at the moment. So we have a number of options, and one of the options that I have would be to bring her arm up and just let her elbow tuck back to my side. Okay. See how easy that is for me? This is the version. I've got two images up on the screen, and on the right side you see Diane Jacobs doing it. And again, Diane is quite short, small hands, not a bruiser, right? Okay, but this one works really well when she's working with a whole lot of folks. This is her preferred version of this. When she's doing this now, okay, she wants to, she's looking at settling down the stuff that's tender here. So there's this, yesterday I was talking about the kind of the gushy area, the loose area, the slack at the back of the armpit. There's also some along towards the front of the armpit. Okay, so from here, I can use both hands to get a grip of that skin and try to lift it up away from the side of her chest. Okay, the cool thing is that, she has breasts, but gravity helps bring them out of the way. And this is true of pretty much all sizes. So now if I have some Dicem here, I can lay that over the top of that area, and I can use the Dicem to get a bit of a grip. And again, lift that tissue up and away from that area that was so tender. From here, is that still okay on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. When I press in here now, is that still tender?
No, not like before. It's just tight.
Okay, excellent. So I'm just going to hang out here. I'm going to see if just tight becomes less tight. Okay. Or if it still feels somewhat tight, at the very least, hopefully when we bring her back into that neutral position we started in, hopefully it'll at least not be tender then. Okay, so typically, again, I'll be here for how long?
1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah, 1 to 2 minutes, sometimes more. Okay, if I'm here for less, we may not get as long-lasting results, but once in a while you'll have somebody that does just fine with 30 seconds. Okay.
So I have a question, just functionally, in your treatment room, do you have a clock that has a second hand?
No.
Okay, so you just kind of make it up.
I eyeball it, and I pay attention also to how they're responding.
Okay.
Now, did you notice how her breathing just shifted? She was just here, and all of a sudden she's like, no, I don't know. Was that a therapeutic breath? She didn't stop breathing. That's important. Okay. So so some people are like, how important is breathing? I'm like, well, don't stop. But it's like, now if they're holding their breath or something like that, I might occasionally coach a person to like take a couple breaths. Sometimes that's a good way to just get them to stop talking and focus on what we're doing. Okay, when I'm pressing here now, how does that feel?
Oh, better.
All right, so Lisa doesn't mind that now. Okay,
Oh.
good. So we can still be friends. All right. So this is one of the nicer ways to do it. Some people, however, can't tolerate having their shoulder back their elbow back this far. So another option that I like to use is I might have this person here, and I might use one hand here to anchor the skin, and then I'll draw the skin up along the inside of the arm. Or in some cases, if they have shoulder instability, I might use one hand to help stabilize the scapula and just draw the skin up here.
That
And now,
feels better.
okay, so she likes that. So I'm gonna do the version she likes better, right? So,
So
you
in
know-
the first version, you were pulling the skin up below the joint.
yeah, the first
And in
version,
this version, we're pulling the skin up above the joint. So where the skin's being moved really is.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the version she likes best.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, but if I've got a person with like great big meaty arms, or you know, and or I'm not, if I was a more petite person than I am, I might use the first version because that one is the most effortless. This one, I've got to use a little more effort to support her arm.